In a quiet basement in the middle of West Des Moines, Iowa, Jerry Mickey has built a link to his past. A past spent playing pool with retired farmers, getting a haircut on a Saturday night, and walking to town to watch freight trains pass. Until he was 16 years old, Jerry grew up on a farm in Millersville, Illinois, a town with a population of roughly 50 people. It was this time and place that had the biggest influence on his hobby, which had been growing in his basement over the past 15 years.
I think everyone has a period in their life which made an impact. The layout is not totally committed to the 50s and 60s, but primarily it's the 50s and 60s. There are many things on the layout that are from my childhood or memories that sometimes are maybe more important than they should be, but if they're important to me, they're there.
Jerry's interest in model trains began when he was young. His first opportunity to own one happened in 1993 after he visited Doug Dubé's Valley Junction Railroad layout.
So I bought a set from him, took it home, put it on a ping pong table, and it grew and expanded into this today. This is the fourth or fifth layout. Well, the current layout dimension size is 46 feet long. It ranges in width from 4 feet to 14 feet. It's a walk-around layout. It's irregular because of the size of the basement and the shape of the basement. And that's one of the things about this hobby. It'll expand to take all the space available. There are two levels to the layout. The upper level is primarily the Illinois Central, or trains that ran in central Illinois when I was a kid. The lower level is Union Pacific. It also includes a lot of the railroads that they have taken over.
In addition to keeping the memory of the old main line of Mid-America running, the layout's name is nostalgic as well. The Bear Creek Railroad is named after a 17-mile stretch of country road located next to Jerry's family farm. Bear Creek Road was also near one of his favorite boyhood playgrounds.
A neighbor during my childhood built a baseball diamond in his pasture. Kids from our surrounding community and the farms and the towns, we'd play a team from another adjoining town. The guy who built it would take his truck over, pile in about 12 or 13 kids in the back of his truck, and we'd play a sandlot baseball game on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon. Now, if he did that today, I don't know when he'd get out of jail, because driving kids in an open truck down the highway would be frowned upon. But at that time, it was great fun.
Besides having the knack to recreate colorful moments from his childhood, Jerry is also a gifted artist. While many model enthusiasts buy ready-made structures, this layout is completely built by hand.
When I built this layout and started in 2006, I already had several buildings that I built myself. I used those. Other ones, though, I discarded if I hadn't built them. The next change is the yard, which I don't use very much. I've taken that out and putting in a 4-H fair. I have some of the buildings already done, but I've been doing this for about 15 years. I've improved the technique over that time, and if some of them are older and not looking what I think they should look like, I'll just take them out, throw them away, build a new one. And you have to continually challenge yourself to change something and build something new. But it's the journey, it's the building, that's the fun part and the important part.
His loyalty to fun becomes obvious when you get really close and peek inside the buildings. The more you look, the more his lighthearted humor and meticulous detailing begin to emerge.
Well, I'll use anything that I think of it looks real. The materials I use basswood. I use a foam product from Heike Dur, which is a German company. It's very, very light foam with a brick exterior on it. The most single building that has the greatest interior is the station house. That building took about 3 or 4 months to build. The inside of that building has 22 lights, about 60 people. It was a lot of fun building that one.
Keeping his hands busy has not only been fun, but therapeutic as well. Before he retired, Jerry spent over 36 years working as a store manager. During this time, the layout became a way to unwind.
When I was working, it kept me sane at night. I could come down here and be building something, and all the cares of the day, everything he was worried about, the sales, the markdowns, the salary costs, the journal expense, every expense that you were responsible for, you could forget about that when he was down here.
Over the past 15 years, it's obvious that Jerry has benefited from tinkering with trains and town layouts from his past. What he hopes most is that this hobby will inspire those who come to visit.
When people come down to see my layout, if they say, wow, then we are successful.